Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 22 online CFM game. We are now in week 2 of the preseason of the 2022 season here in the Premier Madden League. Here you guys can see our offense and our defensive lineups. And yes, Sam Howell is at the quarterback 1 spot right now. Doesn't mean he's the starter. It just means that he's going to be starting in preseason week 2. And you guys can also see Olave, Kirk, and Collins as 1, 2, and 3. I think we might actually have Olave as a wide receiver 2 over Nico Collins. Not just because of that one preseason game, but that was a part of the thinking. But I think Olave can bring more to the table, and it can help accelerate his development. As you guys check out the defensive side of the ball, where you see Drake Jackson and Cunningham, they're going to be our outside linebackers. Grugier Hill, re-sign him. Roquan Smith, obviously a building block on this team. The safety spots stay the same. The cornerback spots are a little bit of a question, maybe a big question mark. And then in the interior, Haskell Garrett, going to give him the start at that defensive tackle spot right away. Anagbury, I probably have to figure out how to actually pronounce that guy's name. I think we might actually start him at the left end spot just because we really don't have much depth elsewhere. The only other person we can start at that spot is Jacob Martin, who we brought back. And then Calais Campbell is obviously going to be starting at that left end spot. Calais Campbell brought him in for some reinforcements in the rushing defense and maybe a little bit of pass rush as well. As we got a pick 6 here with Grugier Hill moving slowly on his way to the end zone. So we're in the week 2 game now against the Arizona Cardinals. After this game against the Cardinals, I will show you guys the depth traits that everyone in the draft class got, including our players. As you see, no Kyler Murray, it's Brennan Armstrong that gets the start. Arizona trying to protect their superstar quarterback from any sort of injury. Us, well, we're starting everybody in the preseason. Whoever wants to go out there and play, they can go out there and play. They get injured, well, tough. I don't, it'll be unfortunate if someone gets injured, but we're going to put him out there and hope for the best. As Sam Howell, picked off by Isaiah Simmons, and that is right away 2 interceptions in the first 6 minutes or so for our rookie out of North Carolina. And, well, it was Sam Howell's fault? I don't really know, because the first one was kind of weird. We had a wide open Foreman on the halfback angle route there, or the corner route, and it was kind of a Madden thing where Howell just threw it away from him. And that pass, which is my bad. This might be a little bit of Sam Howell's bad right there. Might have had Olave downfield, but missed him by a skosh, and that's all it takes. As wide open, can't miss this one. Nico Collins, a little bit of sloppy footwork, but we got it in. Next play, Sam Howell just gets it off, and Collins is in for the touchdown. So back-to-back nice plays by Nico Collins, and a great throw under pressure by Sam Howell. And that's where you see that ability to drive the football shows up for Howell and can make a difference. And the difference between him and Ryan Tannehill, and definitely the difference between Sam Howell and anybody that we played last season, as Isaiah Spiller is actually going to turn this into a touchdown here. That was a little awkward. Shout out to Madden for making Roquan Smith run the wrong way. Pursuit angles, always a question mark in Madden. Sometimes you just got to click on. I try to think the CPU can handle their business there, but yeah, sometimes they don't, as we lose the ball here. Sam Howell fumbling, and I don't really think many of these plays are an indictment of Sam Howell as they are to me, because I don't know when's the last time I've won a Madden game, guys. Let's talk about that for a second. I think we are on a 7-game losing streak between the 2 leagues combined, including our preseason week 1 loss to the Washington football team. Yeah, it's preseason, but man, we're about to lose another preseason game here to the Arizona Cardinals, who had the worst record in the league last season. They won 1 game. So we're going to lose this, then what the heck does that make me, right? So, yeah, we've been losing a lot of games, and part of it's because of plays like this where, I swear that was defensive pass interference on Olave. He got, box in 7 there, and I think it would have been a better play if he did not get bumped all around town. But yeah, it's been some sloppy play on my end, but I talked about this last year, right? When I said that I wasn't taking as much of a deep dive into Madden as I've been doing in years past, and part of that is going to be that I'm going to have my moments where I don't play well, and I can live with that. I said that before. I can live with losing Madden games because I'm not playing well. We're just going to play our franchise games, have some fun, and if that results in a 7-game losing streak in 2 leagues combined, then, well, I mean, that's not what I want, but it might happen. And, yeah, I'm not going to exactly hop on the sticks. I appreciate you guys' comments about, some people say, oh, yeah, you got to take a break or you got to get some practice in. I don't think we're going to do either of those. I'm just going to, we're still these franchises both advance every 72 hours about, so it's not like I'm really playing. It's like, 2 games of Madden every 72 hours pretty much that I'm getting in here. I'm not playing any rank matches. I'm not doing definitely not doing any labbing games, not playing any MUT on the side or anything like that. But I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I just, as long as you guys are cool with that too, I'm going to try to do better so we don't lose every game, all right? Like, I promise you I'm going to try to win more, but, yeah, it's just if we get into those kind of stretches like we are right now, just need you guys to be okay with that and at least embrace the franchise mode of this and the team building aspect and the little side plots that we have as opposed to just the W's and the L's. Like the fact that we're developing this Texans roster, and I mean, that's fun for me, right? We just had a really solid draft class put together, and putting them on the field right now, trying to see how they all mesh is a little bit of a project, but it's still something that we're embracing right now. 3rd down and 11 for Sam Howell right before the end of the first half. He breaks the pocket, finds a man in the corner. That's a touchdown. That is Jeff Smith, who seems to be a random preseason darling for us. Like I said, last video, signed him purely for depth as Justin Reed's going to get the interception here. I try to give myself up to have a chance of kicking a field goal with 1 second left, but as I gave myself up, the final second ticked away, so that was that. So we start the second half with the backup subbing in now. If you guys don't know how the substitution packages work, as I don't know how that fumble worked, but we got the recovery with Jacob Martin on the move, but he's about to be out of stamina, and that'll do it for that return. But, yeah, as far as the substitution packages, as our 49 overall wide receiver Jalen Redd makes the reception, we are going to have this guy, an undrafted running back, score a touchdown. Cool. We have in preseason week 1, the starters play the first quarter, and then the backups come in automatically by Madden. In preseason week 2, the starters play the first half, then the backups come in for the second half. And in preseason week 3, the starters play the first 3 quarters, and then the backups come in for the final quarter. And now, of course, there is no preseason week 4 game. There's only 3 preseason games. So in this video, we're doing preseason week 2, preseason week 3, and like I said, in between, we'll show off our dev traits that we are going to be getting in the rest of the league, as well as Brennan Armstrong trying to make something happen here. Arizona's kind of falling apart after their hot start, and this won't help as they try to regain the lead. Lonnie Johnson gets the interception. So Lonnie Johnson is a guy that, once again, is just going to be a backup safety for us. Oh, man! How about this young fella? The undrafted rookie running back. Who is this guy? Tyler Algier? I don't even know how to pronounce his name. We're just going to call him the Alligator because, like, he's just chomping away yardage right now. I don't know what else to call him because I don't know how to pronounce his actual name. So, yeah, shout out to the Alligator for making some plays here in preseason. He's got 2 touchdowns. Tremon Smith, he'll get a pick 6, and Tremon Smith is projected to be a starter for us. He's fast. He cannot cover. Hopefully it works out for us as we have a 4th down and 10 for the Arizona Cardinals. Hey, man, we might win a game. Hold on a second. That'll be a turnover on downs. I don't know what that play was, trying to throw a go route to a not-so-fast rookie running back, Isaiah Spiller. But anyways, yeah, we might actually win a game. Like I said all that stuff about losing, but hold your horses. We might be turning the tide here. Late 3rd quarter with a 14-point lead. Jeff Smith gets the ball, and he proves why we signed him, because he's fast. Get yourself in the end zone, Jeff, once again. And, yeah, we're looking like we're on our way to a victory. Ha, how nice it is. And I didn't think we were going to win the game before. Tremon Smith will put this game away with a pick 6. The Arizona Cardinals cannot get out of their own way, just constantly turning it over. So we're just going to really try to fast forward through these final couple of minutes here. And the Alligator, let's talk about him for a minute, right? This guy who's only in the second half of the game because the starters are gone in the first half. And our running back situation in general, that is one spot we really have not even tried to address, to be quite frank to you guys. Adrian Peterson retired, and we just left the gap that the Alligator is trying to fill with his spirited preseason play. Now, this is against backups, but the Alligator's making moves, and shout out to Jalen Redd for catching footballs. What more can we ask from that guy? The 49 overall wide receiver. What more can we ask from him than to catch. If he can catch despite his stats limitations, as we get another interception here with Lonnie Johnson to wrap the game up, then, hey, maybe we keep Jalen Redd on the roster. Maybe we don't cut him, you know? Let's see what happens. Some of you guys in the comment section seem to really be embracing the 49 overall wide receiver more so than the rest of our draft class, which is interesting, but hey, why not? Let's just keep him, see what happens. I suppose, you know, put him as wide receiver number 6. What's the worst thing that can happen? If we need a burner, then Jalen Redd's our guy. And if we need a running back, I don't know, maybe the Alligator's our guy. We also have Kevin Harris, who is an undrafted rookie on our team at the running back spot. We have Deontay Foreman, and yeah, I believe that is it. So without further ado, let's go into the dev traits that everybody got. And if you don't see a player show up, then that means they got normal development. So there was 2 superstar X Factors, Ahmad Gardner out of Cincinnati and Jordan Battle, I believe, out of Alabama. There were, 10 superstar players here, 9 or something like that. And after the Josh Joe pick, I believe the other guys were drafted like late in the draft and were not high overalls. So guys that might not ever see their second superstar ability slot. So yeah, half of the superstar players from this draft class were like absolute trash anyways. And, you know, not really worth drafting even with their depth trait. And here you see all the star players. So you'll notice that no Houston Texans in the X Factor place, no Houston Texans in the superstar area. So that means that our only superstar player will continue to be Christian Kirk with Bruiser. I don't know if that counts, but that is what it is. But good news is, as we go into our final preseason game against the Miami Dolphins, we do have 4 players with star development on our roster. Drake Jackson and Chris Olave, picks number 8 and 10 in the draft, got star. The next 2 players we drafted, Kenyon Green and Sam Howell, they're going to be normal development. You know, I thought Kenyon Green might get star, maybe even more, but he only got normal. Is what it is. Sam Howell, wasn't expecting him to really get any depth traits coming out of North Carolina, but, you know, we'll see what happens, because Sam Howell might still be our future at the quarterback position regardless, and maybe not if he keeps throwing picks, but hey, you know, I like what Sam Howell brings to the table. It's just, maybe if I stop throwing dumbass picks, it might make Sam Howell look good, right? As Jalen Waddle here getting the ball, and this guy with the Miami Dolphins, it seems like he played this final preseason game to get the ball to Jalen Waddle, which, you know, it's cool for him as Patrick Peterson gets the interception, but yeah, I mean, it's preseason, so like I didn't know, like, we were just playing this game, right? Like not really locking in for a preseason game, just trying to evaluate guys in the roster, try some stuff out. This is where I'm labbing, right? Like, I'm not playing any lab games or anything like that. I'm labbing in the middle of preseason. In fact, my labbing comes in the middle of actual franchise games, not just preseason. So to actually be able to try stuff out for an entire preseason game rather than trying them out, you know, sparingly throughout a regular season game, yeah, this preseason could actually be very beneficial for us as we get the interception there with Monte Nicholson. Anyways, back to our draft class. So we also got with star development Haskell Garrett, the first third-round pick we had, number 4 in the third round, is Christian Kirk's going to get the touchdown here. And also our 5th-round draft pick, Luke Matthews, ended up getting star development. So we drafted 2 Texas A&M offensive linemen, and the one we didn't expect got a dev trait, which is Luke Matthews. But that's interesting, because that means that Luke Matthews, we can probably count on him. Definitely count on him to be a piece on our offensive line to start this year and perhaps for years to come. So that means as far as the offensive line goes, we pretty much have 3 guys entrenched: Laramie Tunsil, Kenyon Green, and Luke Matthews. So thank you to Texas A&M for giving us some talent. And then Haskell Garrett being star out of Ohio State's pretty cool. As far as, you know, we were already going to start him at the defensive tackle spot, but now that really means that could be someone that, you know, we can count on our team. And the interesting thing about Haskell Garrett is that, you know, we might actually be able to move him to an end position if we ever get like a really big-time run-stopping defensive end, as Drake Jackson gets the swat there. Haskell Garrett has the flexibility to move around to an end spot, just like how we moved Luke Matthews from center, which was his original spot, to right tackle. Just looking at his stats, I kind of figured like he actually had decent pass blocking stats. So I was like, you know what, an offensive tackle might be decent for us. Might be a spot that we would benefit having Luke Matthews at, because Kenyon Green's already going to be a guard, and We have Tyus Howard, who's probably going to be our starting left guard, and yeah, Luke Matthews is a starting right tackle. Sounds fine. The only problem is, if you guys may remember, at the end of that first preseason game against Washington, where Luke Matthews got hurt the second time on the final drive, when he got hurt, he actually suffered like broken ribs or something, and he's going to be out for a while. So he hasn't played in these couple of preseason games, and he's also going to miss the first week of the regular season. I think he'll be back in the second week. So that means for week 1 of the regular season, we will not have Luke Matthews, and instead we're probably going to start Jason Peters at the right tackle position. I don't know how Jason Peters is still in the league. I found it kind of funny, and that's the reason why I signed him. The only reason why I signed Jason Peters, because I found it kind of funny, and I was like, you know what? Why not? A veteran presence, Jason Peters. Let's see what you bring to the table. And now he's going to be starting as a 40-year-old at right tackle in week 1. So Godspeed, Jason Peters. So, yeah, we didn't get any superstar players, didn't get any X-Factor players. I wasn't really banking on that, so, you know, it's not really a crushing blow that we didn't get any of them. Would have been nice, but just given the way the formula worked this season and the fact that, like, half the superstars came, like, in really weird spots of the draft, and the other half was, you know, at the top end, you know, like especially, like, those top 8 pick or top 7 picks before us, you know, you just kind of got to live with it. And regardless, we have players that I find, like, you know, franchise centerpieces that we can build around regardless, like Chris Olave and Drake Jackson. So, you know, is what it is. And moving on. But, like, one thing I have not really been doing with this team, part of our rebuilding scheme, is I haven't really tried to focus on superstar players and X-Factor players, ability players. And the reason why is because we're using the Madden regression, where players regress or progress absolutely randomly and by no clear method at all. So I don't want to put too much stock into like superstars or X Factors when they might regress despite how well they play anyways. So yeah, it's like, you know, it's cool Christian Kirk is a superstar, but it's also not that big of a deal at the end of the day. As might have had Christian Kirk there for a touchdown, we threw it, but instead we went to Chris Olave, but Olave made the catch. So shout out to Chris Olave for doing his thing. And Sam Howell, oh my, what a throw. And Brevin Jordan, he'll spin in for 6. Plays like that can excite you about the future of this Texans offense for sure. So, yeah, that's kind of been my mindset as far as just, you know, I just want to get as many talented players, young talented players as possible, right? Like Roquan Smith, he's not a superstar, but, like, we can potentially make him one, and that's kind of the potential that we got to rock with. Also, to let you guys know, as far as the Madden progression and regression system went during the offseason, I didn't really highlight it because nothing really happened for us besides Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk got superstar. Like, legitimately this time, not off of a fake dev story. So that's why Christian Kirk is still a superstar. As far as the rest of our team, we actually had Monte Nicholson regress. And then Jacob Martin went from normal to star after his 10-sack season, but then went back from star to normal. And then we had Zach Cunningham go from normal to superstar, and then he went from superstar to star because he regressed. So it was kind of a kick in the balls to our Houston Texans team that could have used someone to upgrade. We got one upgrade for Christian Kirk, and that was it. And then we actually had one guy regress in Monte Nicholson. He just went from star to normal. Remember, we got the Monte Nicholson dev story, and he regressed. And that's part of the reason why I'm not putting too much stock into the dev traits like that. Like, as far as the upper tier, like superstar and X Factor, like, we're not going to pay extra for players like that unless they're, like, really good. Or at least they're X Factor, because that means they probably won't regress to star right away. But yeah, you know, that all that randomness, not trying to make that a focal point of our team as we go downfield to Christian Kirk. Remember last time we ran this play, I said, oh man, if we had Christian Kirk, it probably could have been a touchdown. So I was like, you know what, this time you gave us the same exact man coverage look on the same exact play, and it didn't work for him again. And we almost got the touchdown. We got down at the 1 as we tried to run it in there with Sam Howell. Not going to lie, just trying to get Sam Howell some XP at this point of the game. So we're going to pass on 2nd down instead of run the ball. So Brevin Jordan, get yourself a touchdown. Why not? This has been quite the wild game here. All of these preseason games have been absolutely abnormal, but at the same time completely normal, I suppose. If you're expecting complete chaos in preseason. It is 37-48 with a little over 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Ryan Tannehill in the game. Ryan Tannehill played a final quarter, and he throws an interception there. Not really much to work with. I just had to throw something on fourth down, and didn't quite work out for us. As Emory Jones in the game, and the Florida product is actually able to hit Eric Ebron here in stride for a touchdown. So that kind of puts the game away. Just when you thought we might be able to put together a winning streak, nope, we're going back to our losing ways. We were just able to defeat the one-win Arizona Cardinals squad, and now we're back to normal. That was a weird play there where Uzama relocated into coverage but was still able to get the catch, as Kevin Harris in the game, and Kevin Harris getting a touchdown. So we actually started the Alligator for this preseason game, and we brought Kevin Harris off the bench. But I think I like what I see more from the Alligator. I think we're going to give the Alligator the start, and we'll still have to. I'm gonna have to hit free agency for another running back, because our running back situation not great right now. Or we just let Deontay Foreman do his thing, because he was doing all right in the past couple of weeks of the regular season, when we were starting Tebow and all that nonsense, right? Like, he had some decent plays. So maybe we just rock Deontay Foreman. Someone actually mentioned in the comment section now, Deontay Foreman, a former Houston Texan. So maybe it's a redemption story that we can really make happen as we throw a pick here. Definitely had the tight end wide open. Definitely did not see him, and threw it into coverage instead, and Steven Nelson got the interception. As we are back on offense here, down by 11, still got a chance. We recovered an onside kick in this game to try to give us a chance to win this game, and, you know, why not? Let's just see if we can win a preseason game, right? Let these young backups shine as we hit Uzama, who is not a young backup, but is a backup, and he's 1 yard short. Once again, we're 1 yard short. Can we get that final yard here with 20 seconds left, dropping back with Howell, and someone jumped over our running back in pass protection there and sacked Sam Howell. So that was not great. As second down, the offensive line has been struggling a little bit in this game, and even the last game, so that's interesting. But of course, this is the backups that we're playing with right now, as Tannehill in the third down and goal, and he's able to get the touchdown to Kevin Harris. So yeah, as far as the quarterback situation goes, I'm still not sure who we're starting in week one. Like, as of this moment, I don't know. Like, yeah, Ryan Tannehill will be the smarter pick. Sam Howell will be the more fun pick. No, it's just like we play week one against a good Dallas Cowboys team, and do we want to throw Sam Howell into that fire right away is the question, or do we go at Ryan Tannehill to start the season off? But at the same time, Sam Howell, he has a lot of potential. He's a lot more fun to use. He has a lot better arm. He unlocks a lot more in our offense. So our best chance to win might truly be in the lower overall quarterback, Sam Howell. So you know what? I'm going to leave you guys on that cliffhanger. Food for thought. I'll catch you guys next time for the start of the regular season with our new look Houston Texans roster. Leave a like in this video if you guys enjoyed what you guys saw today. Subscribe for more Madden 22 gameplays, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you, as always, for watching.